My name is Marie Burcham, and I am an attorney and policy director for the Cornucopia Institute. The stated purpose of OFPA is to establish uniform standards that will then be used to govern the marketing of organic products, assure consumers that organic products meet a consistent standard, and to facilitate commerce in organic food. OFPA's preamble to the final rule establishing the NOP states, "The use of conserve in the definition of organic production establishes that the producer must initiate practices to support biodiversity and avoid, to the extent practicable, any activities that would diminish it. Compliance with the requirement to conserve biodiversity requires that a producer incorporate practices into his or her organic system plan that are beneficial to biodiversity on his or her operation." How are hydroponic operations incorporating practices that are beneficial to biodiversity when their production style is outside natural processes? OFPA requires an organic plan, which for crops must include provisions designed to foster soil fertility. The rule mentions this should be done primarily through management of the organic content in the soil, through proper tillage, crop rotation, and manuring. Again, how are large-scale hydroponic operations meeting these requirements, especially when many build on top of bare soil, effectively preventing the improvement of natural resources and cycling of nutrients? In addition, it is still entirely unclear how hydroponic operations can meet any of the other numerous baseline requirements of both OFPA and the regulations. If the requirement for soil written into the law do not apply to these systems, then what does apply to these operations? OFPA's purpose is not being fulfilled. Organic products do not meet a consistent standard. The NOSB has never voted to allow hydroponic and aquaponic production. To continue to allow certification before the NOSB has fully reviewed these systems and made recommendations to the NOP goes against OFPA's foundational principles. Let's be clear, Cornucopia does not think hydroponic is compatible with the organic law. However, if the NOSB deems certain hydroponic systems appropriate for organic certification, the systems should still not be permitted unless and until standards are established. Right now, this production practice is completely untethered from what is expected of organic produce. Clarity is needed not only for consumers, but for certifiers who are being left to interpret and apply rules in a vacuum. As already stated, OFPA dictates broad authority to the agency to enact regulations and establish uniform standards. However, in recent years, the USDA has denied that they have the power to create regulations to this end. This is an incorrect interpretation of the law. There are several examples of failures to enact rules that have fulfilled the purpose of OFPA. Foremost on my mind is the withdrawal of the Organic Livestock and Poultry Practices Rule in 2017. Other rulemaking that would have ensured that organic products meet consistent standards are the origin of livestock rulemaking and the badly needed rulemaking on the conservation of native ecosystems. I ask that the NOSB keep pressure on the NOP to move forward with regulations and comprehensive guidelines that protect the integrity and consistent standards of the organic label. Thank you for your time and attention on these important issues.